Knowles on the news. Susan Knowles.
Well, here we are in January 2016. We're just getting started in the new year, and it seems like already there is controversy brewing. And this time, it's not very nice, and you'll know what I mean by that in just a minute. Basically, we had a statement issued by Ammon Bundy, and he is the son of Cliven Bundy, who you may recall from the Bundy Ranch and the fight that they had with the BLM. Well, it seems that there is once again another fight with the BLM with the Hammond family in Oregon. Now, they were charged with arson, sent to prison for 2 years, served 2 years of their jail time, got out, and a judge there just decided, you know what, that's not a stiff enough penalty for you or punishment, so you're going back to jail. And I believe they're probably going to have about 3 more years in jail. Well, some patriots, calling themselves patriots and militia, have gone to Oregon. They went there to demonstrate against what's happening with the Hammond family. And after the demonstration, they took over a national wildlife refuge up there in Oregon. Now, the Hammond family has already said, we don't want you to help us. We're going to go to jail. We're not sanctioning what you're doing, but hey, you can do whatever you want. We're not in charge of what you do. Now, most of those patriots, or many of them at least, and I've seen some footage, they claim to be veterans, and no doubt they are. Well, a statement was issued by Ammon that says, we have basically taken over, this wildlife refuge. This will become a base place for patriots from all over the country to come and to be housed here and to live here. And we're planning on staying here for several years. Their whole gist is they're tired of the BLM and the federal government taking their property, and so they're going to reclaim the property that was taken from them. It's kind of like they're there to support the Hammonds, but now that the Hammonds don't want their support, they've turned their whole thing into something else, which is we're not going to take it anymore, basically. So what happens after this is issued? Well, this was yesterday. And I have to assume this is Montel Williams, because it was on his Facebook page, and unless somebody is writing the post for him and representing themselves as Montel, which, he would still be responsible for, this is what was written. And I have to tell you, I was extremely disappointed by what I read. Montel Williams on his Facebook page yesterday at 10:15 p.m. posted, Oregon is under attack by terrorists. So tired of Cliven Bundy and his useless children, I've had it up to here with terrorists like those calling themselves patriots. I urge the governor of Oregon to call out he put our, instead it should be out, to call out the National Guard to retake the National Wildlife Refuge with orders to shoot to kill. To tell your government to immediately disembowel these treasonous, terroristic thugs, sign the following petition. Now, I'm going to first give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't realize that the Patriots were veterans, because he champions himself as someone who supports veterans, who wants to help veterans, and he himself is a veteran. So I'm going to hope that he had no idea that the Patriots he was talking about and referring to, that he didn't know that they were veterans, that he was only talking about Ammon Bundy and people that he may know that aren't veterans. In any event, let's assume he didn't know they were veterans. You are calling people that you don't even know and have no clue about and have never terrorized or killed anyone, and that to anybody's knowledge, including your own. You're calling them terrorist thugs. You're telling you want the government to shoot to kill, and you're saying sign this petition to disembowel these treasonous terrorist thugs. Wow. Something has happened to Montel Williams. Just reading this, whether he knew they were veterans or not, I have to say something is wrong. The hostility coming from him is amazing. And I don't recall him saying that about any other group, like the Black Lives Matter group, when they were, looting or, held up in somebody's office somewhere. He didn't call on the governor to shoot to kill and disembowel and all this other stuff. So, I mean, this is pretty amazing words coming from somebody like Montel Williams, or anybody else for that matter. And I would have to say the comments, they really let him have it, and as well they should. One comment said, Montel Williams calling for the National Guard to shoot and kill Americans. You, sir, are the terrorist, traitor, and beyond pathetic. Guess what? When Obama leaves office, kiss whatever is left of your career goodbye, and then a word that I'm not going to say. Everyone share Montel calls for the National Guard to shoot and kill Americans. Why haven't you called for the Guard to shoot and kill all the Black Lives Matter thugs running the streets, looting and burning buildings down? Yeah, good point. Just like I said, why only one particular group? You know, whether you agree with the actions that these people are taking and whether they should be there is one thing. But to call for them to be killed and disemboweled really takes it a bit too far. Don't you think, Montel? Somebody else wrote, those Bundys are idiots and they make the rest of us look bad. However, I just saw your shoot to kill comment. I wonder if you, as a responsible gun owner, know that shooting to kill is intent to commit murder. Lawful use of deadly force is only justified to stop an unlawful use of deadly force. I wonder how much thought you put into your post. Do you write them yourself, or is there someone you need to fire? Excellent point. Excellent point. If you didn't write that, Montel, then you really should look and see who is posting for you, and perhaps it's time to let that person go before you get into any further hot water that you're already in with your fans, or the lack thereof these days. But I think as time goes on in 2016, you're going to see more of these posts from the progressive left. So just be prepared for what you're going to see, especially as we get closer to the election. Until next time, let's remember that words really do matter. This is Susan Knowles with Knowles on the News.